Hello and welcome to Euro Football Daily, where today we're asking which of the young men stalking the touchlines of Europe are making the biggest impact. Here's our official list of the 5 best young managers on the continent right now. 5. Jocelyn Gourvennec. If you're not familiar with Jocelyn Gourvennec, then there's no doubt that you will be soon. During his playing days, Gourvennec was a midfielder with teams including Rennes, Marseille and Montpellier. As a manager, he took tiny Guingamp from the 3rd division to Ligue 1 in 3 seasons, and in 2014 led them to the Coupe de France. No wonder Arsène Wenger is a big fan of the young coach. Prior to Gourvennec's appointment in May 2016, Bordeaux under Willy Sagnol had flirted with relegation before finishing 11th. Last year they finished 6th, and at the time of recording they're sitting in 4th, and they remain the only team other than PSG to be unbeaten. In their 6 Ligue 1 games so far this season, they've scored 10 goals, conceded 6 and are firing off an average of 13.3 shots a game. That's the 5th best total in the division. Gourvennec has the ability to improve players. Take the example of their key man so far this season, tricky Brazilian winger Malcolm. He's already scored 3, assisted 3 and is averaging 3.2 chances created per 90 minutes. Now last season he only created 1.7 chances per 90 and he scored 7 goals and assisted 4 in the whole campaign. Gourvennec's favoured formation is 4-3-3, relying on the pace of Kamano and Malcolm to stretch the opposition. Their high defensive line can leave them open to balls in behind, but generally their possession-based style, they average 54% in the league, means that they can limit opponents' opportunities to an average of only 9 shots a game. That's the same as Spurs in the Premier League. Another successful campaign this year, and the 45-year-old may believe he has taken Bordeaux as far as he can. Remember the name, people: Jocelyn Gourvennec. 4. Andre Breitenreiter. Another name you could be forgiven for not being familiar with is Andre Breitenreiter. Breitenreiter made his name at Paderborn, who he led to their first ever promotion to the Bundesliga in 2014. And after 4 games of the following season, the underdogs were top of the league. Schalke was next, where he finished 5th and left by mutual consent after failing to lead Die Knappen into the Champions League. He then joined Hannover 96 in March of this year, when they were 4th in Bundesliga 2 and led them to promotion. Many predicted they would struggle, but Hannover have come flying out of the traps and are currently in 2nd place in the Bundesliga, only behind Dortmund on goal difference. They've already beaten Mainz and Hamburg and brought Breitenreiter revenge over his former club Schalke. Barring the first game of the season when Breitenreiter went 4-4-2, he has preferred a 4-3-3 formation. Only once this season have Hannover had more possession than their opponents, and they play a fairly direct style, averaging only 3.8 dribbles a game but dominating in the air. They win an average of 28 aerial duels per match compared to their opponents' 19. Their key man has been Senegalese defender Salif Sané. He's averaging 9 clearances per 90 minutes. To put that in context, Mats Hummels is averaging 0.5 clearances per 90, Gerard Piqué 4.3 and Sergio Ramos 4, though Hannover of course spend more time defending than Barca, Bayern and Real Madrid. Although Hannover 96 may struggle to remain in the upper echelons of the German league, their resolute defence, which has only conceded 1 goal in 4 games this season, should ensure that they are capable of getting regular results. And if that happens, no doubt interest in their German manager will continue to rise. 3. Simone Inzaghi. Despite winning 1 Serie A title and 3 Italian Cups with Lazio, Simone Inzaghi's playing career was always slightly overshadowed by his brothers. But as coaches there can be no comparison. Whilst Filippo is now at the helm of 3rd-tier Italian club Venezia, Simone Inzaghi took over the Eagles in April 2016. Last season they were the Italian surprise package, finishing just 2 points off the Champions League spots. This campaign Lazio sit in 4th place, only 2 points off Napoli, Juve and Inter Milan, who all have 100% records. The highlight of their season so far was undoubtedly thrashing AC Milan 4-1 at the Stadio Olimpico, thanks to a Ciro Immobile hat-trick. This was a fantastic result for Inzaghi because Milan spent over 180 million euros this summer, whereas the Biancazzurri had to deal with the loss of key players including Hurt to Southampton, Biglia to Milan and Keita Balde to Monaco. Inzaghi favours a 3-1-4-1-1 formation, with ex-Liverpool midfielder Lucas screening the defence. They may have only kept one clean sheet in 6 games, but Lazio are a lethal counter-attacking side and currently are averaging 2.3 goals a match. They don't dominate the ball but prefer quick breaks, with their efficient attacking unit taking 16 shots a game. That's more than Arsenal this season in the Prem. Unbeaten in all competitions, Inzaghi's stock is only going up, in line with his teams. 2. Vincenzo Montella. Montella was a forward known as the Little Airplane during his playing days due to his trademark scoring celebration, which was seen 191 times during an 18-year playing career. Montella swapped his studs for his suit when he was asked in 2011 to replace Claudio Ranieri on a caretaker basis at Roma. He then took charge of Catania, leading the Sicilian Minnows to a mid-table finish. After a year there, he took charge of Fiorentina, and he led the Viola to 3 consecutive 4th-place finishes, a Coppa Italia final, and the semis of the Europa League in 2015, where they were beaten by eventual winners Sevilla. Montella moved to Milan in 2016 and has since led the Rossoneri back into Europe and to the Supercoppa last December, which was their first trophy since 2011. During his time at the San Siro, Montella has favoured a fluid 4-3-3 formation, although in recent games against Udinese and Austria Wien, he has switched to 3-5-2. After a summer in which they spent €180 million on a multitude of talents, including Bonucci, Biglia, Çalhanoğlu and Andre Silva, the pressure is on Montella to deliver. The Red side of Milan currently sit in 5th after 3 wins in 4 games and have racked up an impressive 14 goals in their 6 matches so far. They're a patient passing side, averaging 59% possession and a pass accuracy of 88% in their opening games. Both of these are second only to Napoli in Serie A, and their pass accuracy is superior to Real Madrid in La Liga. Despite that blip against Lazio, so far so good. They're averaging 2 goals a game from 18.3 shots a match. That's the 3rd best in Serie A. Expectations are high in northern Italy after that huge summer, but everything in Montella's young career suggests that he'll be able to match them. 1. Julian Nagelsmann. Hoffenheim manager Julian Nagelsmann is remarkably only 29, born the year after Sir Alex Ferguson took charge of Manchester United. His dreams of becoming a professional footballer were ruined by persistent knee injuries. After a spell working under ex-Dortmund boss Thomas Tuchel at Augsburg, he was appointed Hoffenheim manager in February 2016. Die Kraichgauer were languishing in 17th, 7 points from safety and facing relegation. However, Hoffenheim won 7 of their remaining 14 matches to finish a point above the relegation playoff spot. Nagelsmann managed to top this with a stellar season last year, where he led Hoffenheim to 4th place and a Champions League spot. An innovator, the coach's preferred formation is 3-1-4-2, based around an incredibly high press. His side had 55% possession last season, the 3rd best in the Bundesliga, but the players are quick to shoot given half a chance. In the previous campaign, Hoffenheim scored a Bundesliga high 11 goals from outside the box. Defensively, they're very solid. They won 53% of aerial duels, which was the 3rd best in the division. Nagelsmann is never afraid to throw the dice, and last season he brought on substitutes earlier than any other Bundesliga coach. This led to a league-high 13 goals from substitutes. Hoffenheim are currently 2 points off top spot, and the young tactician has handed Bayern Munich their only 2 league defeats in the last 5 months. Rumours are now rife that Europe's newest coaching sensation is being lined up to replace Carlo Ancelotti at the Bavarian Giants. Watch this space, and in the meantime, watch Hoffenheim. So those were our top 5 young coaches in Europe, but who should we have included? Let us know in the comments below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, stay right here on Eurofootball Daily. Check out Stat Wars, Continental Club and Football Mundial. And as ever guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.